Here is the next battle report that I will be doing. We will be using the rules from the solo campaign Into the Depths of the Glymmsforge Catacombs. Focusing on these two warriors. Says to choose three, but I'm interested to see which one of these two can just dish out more wounds to an innumerable host of Night Haunt. So this is Kurg Anklebiter, raised by giants, and now desirous to rule over a large group of both orcs and ogres. And this is Da Crusher, who has the same aspirations, and they have decided there is only one way to prove which one of them is greater, and that is to go to this haunted place, and whoever can destroy the most gets to be leader. Unbeknownst to them, they have chosen a haunt that is innumerable. So, finding themselves here and unable to escape, they have decided to forego leadership and simply to prove who is the greatest warrior. The Anklebiter or Da Crusher. And so the Glymmsforge is a single-player campaign where you basically clear a series of rooms. So having rechecked the rules, it looks like it's supposed to be kind of minimally terrained, which makes sense. And also, it's kind of helpful because that orc has 4 inches of movement, so he's not getting anywhere. For the first fight, we have just a dungeon fight. We ended up with 2 Glavewraith Stalkers and 4 Grimghast Reapers. So pretty hefty fight for the first one, but I think these two at full health should be able to easily do it. And so we will go in with the roll-off with a 1. And so we have Night Haunt turn 1. Starting off in the action phase, we are going to roll for the Grimghast... Reapers. Grimghast Reapers. Right? That. Anyway, they are going to 3... which, since they are within 10 inches, they are going to charge. So this is going to get very violent very fast, it seems. With a 6, they do not make it in. Which brings us over to these 2 gentlemen, and they are also going to charge. I gotta roll to see what they do first. 2. Okay, so they are actually going to hold. So in fact, this is not going to be as bad for these 2 gentlemen as I initially thought. And so we're going to go into turn 1 for our adventurers. Starting off with Anklebiter, he is going to head, and I think the Reapers are going to be the bigger threat, so he is going to just turn around and head on over. Just outside of 3. Because he can move 6. He actually has... movement. Yep. So that is where he is going to stay, and then he is going to come and try and down here, and he's just going to try and I'm basically just going to run and get as many extra attacks on his weapon as possible. I'm going to count the extra attacks moving forward, and if it gets too much, I will probably just cut them in half. Just squiggle up his 4 inches. No, okay. Whatever. They're not going to do anything for the hero phase. I don't want to try and use command traits right now. So we were going to the shooting phase, where the Ankle Biter is going to try and use his pistols to do some damage. I don't have a lot of hope on these. Fair warning, as always, my rolls are normally terrible, but that's actually pretty good. All right. So that is hitting on a 4, so that is 1 hit. And that will be wounding on a 3. Okay. So -1 rend, which means nothing to Night Hunt. So see if we can't get that. Oh. Well, that's advantageous. So the Grimghast Reapers do have a 4-up, so they're going to take D3 wounds for 2. 2 wounds on the mighty Grimghast Reapers with their 1 wound each, and they do not have a hero. Let me double check the rules and make sure that they don't just get deathless minions no matter what. So it doesn't look like they're going to get any deathless minions, so they are just going to immediately delete 2 Grimghast Reapers. Which is going to bring us into the charge phase. He is going to charge first. Just try and eliminate these gentlemen. Yeah, I feel like he might have made it. Just right on in there. Be real friendly. And this gentleman over here, Ankle Biter, is going to go 7. Which again is plenty enough. Now, so here is where the trick is. I feel like the Grimghast Reapers will probably be able to do more damage. And so I'm going to go with Ankle Biter first and see if he can't just take out both of these gentlemen at once. So he's going to start with his Thunder Mace, which is 3 attack, 3s and 3s. That is 1 less attack than I need. Alright, 3 hits. And 3 wounds. It is -2 rend, but unfortunately, once again, these ghosty boys just do not care. So 3 4-ups, and any fails. Like I said, I'm bad rolling. So that is both of these 2 deleted. And I feel like this is going to be a lot easier than I expected. Also, I did not look heavily at the numbers of enemies. I may have to start doubling these. These 2 heroes might be a little stronger than I anticipated. Like, I was expecting, like, oh no, I'm going to have to bring in these huge guys, and they're going to get too chewed up. I was wrong. But we do have the 2 Glavewraith Stalkers who are going to swing in at I already forgot his name. I know I should have written it down. I think it's T'Chapa. That's okay. He's not too bright. He doesn't remember his name either. He is going to go in, or he is going to be defending against these 2 Glavewraith Stalkers. 2 attacks, 4s and 3s. So 4 attacks total. 6s, which I believe, if I'm correct, may do something. Nope, 6s do not do anything. However, it looks like he gets to re-roll failed hit rolls if either of these 2 made a charge. And guess what? One of them definitely did. So they are going to re-roll these 2. Get 1 more. And then 3s to wound. Cool. And then he has a 4-up. Oh no, he does have a 3-up save. So 2 3-ups. And a 6. So he is going to take 1 wound. And we're just going to use these lovely Warcry markers because it's super convenient. No guesswork about that. So with his 6, he actually returns 1 mortal wound. So he has traded wounds with these gentlemen. So he is actually going to get... No, he has to do the damage with his weapon, doesn't he? Yep. So he is going to have to kill this guy in order to make this work. So he has 6 attacks. I may really have overestimated this fight. And yep, so that is going to be 1 miss. And then once again, 3s to wound. And let's see what we got here. Oh. Alright, 3 hits. Once again, Rend is a meaningless construct of time against ghosts. So 4 ups, and he is very dead.
Ooh, that is not
wiped
okay.
from existence.
So give this item to a hero to carry. In your hero phase, you can choose
next to him.
For the hero to carrying this item to use it. If you do so, pick one other friendly hero that has been slain in this battle. You can heal 1 wound allocated to that hero, and it is no longer slain. Okay, so these guys have not taken any damage, and yet they already have.
I may have to up the difficulty of this fight because these guys get lots of attacks. They do lots of damage, like a failed save without deathless minions is bad. So we are going to roll on the rewards table and see what we can drum up. Alright, so we are going to roll a 4. Scroll of Translocation.
4. So I have a Scroll of Translocation. My bad. And I can just teleport a hero. Oh, just 1 model. That's interesting. It doesn't say not enemy here models either. So I wonder if I can just start feeding people to my heroes. Okay, so he just can teleport somebody.
My bad. Ooh. Eventually I will get better lighting and I will have things to print this stuff out. And so there will not be weird light changes. But for now, we are going to set up for the next fight. So let's roll. Let's get that one out of the way and roll to see where we're going. 8s. I'm pretty sure that is a respite already. Yep, long respites. And they heal all wounds. So I really feel like this is going to be a long campaign if that is going to be the stage. So let's see where we go next. 9.
Oh, hey, look, they found a treasure room. So I can pick 1 hero in the Venture Party and pick one of the following: an artifact of power, a spell if they're a wizard, and a prayer if they're a priest. These 2 are neither of those things. So I'm going to take a look at some artifacts of power and see what I'm going to give this gentleman. I think I'm going to give it to Anklebiter. So the Orgrimmar tribes have some super fun artifacts of power. However, most of them are either not going to be useful in this battle or not useful against Night Haunt. So we have +4 move while they're hungry, which I'm not using allegiance abilities, so not useful. Bander's Thundermace has damage characteristic of 4 with these ghosts. Doesn't really matter. Another one affects Gutbuster units. Not super useful. The Flask was an interesting one. Once per battle, at the start of any phase, I can ignore wounds on a 4-up until the end of the fight. Let's see if I can't get that light cleared out. So I'm going to actually take the Sky Titan Scatter Pistols, which just changed my guns to 6 instead of 2. Which hopefully is going to, really just help clear chamblers, because I don't think there's going to be a huge difficulty in this from now on, though. It also says most of the time you're going to be fighting, except half of the rolls mean you are not fighting. So I may have to change that so that, especially with these guys, I may have to change how many units are fighting each time, because this is getting, like, there was 1 wound allocated, and they got the first turn. So They did not do good. All right. So once again, rolling off with an 8. That's just an empty room. Okay. I'm going to assume from now on that if I have just cleared a room, or if I have just gotten a restroom, I am immediately... I'm just going to roll a d3. Well, no. I'll roll 2d3. That way it's still at least meaningful. Because on a 2, it's a boss fight, and then 3 to 6, it's just a dungeon fight. So I'm going to... If I have just gotten out of a restroom, I'm going to do 2d3 instead of 2d6, and that is a 4. So we are just going to have a dungeon fight. So I'll roll some things up and show you what's happening next. So here is the reset up deployment. Let me clear some dice, because, you know, that's not where they go. Oh, I will need them later. Oh, and I immediately took his die. He's at 1 attack. 1 extra attack. So we have some stalkers, as well as some stalkers, and then some chain rasp orb. Again, if this goes too easy, next time I think I'm going to do d6 units instead of d3, because I've gotten 3 both times, and this is like the extent of this dungeon. And if it is, unless there's some really bad rolls, I don't think these 2 are dying for like 3 days. They may just eternally be in the Glymmsforge, fighting and fighting and fighting, which I'm sure they don't mind. But anyway, we're going to start off with a roll-off to see... So once again, the adversaries will go first. We're going to start with this. Glymmsforge Stalkers. And a 3, so they should be charging. Yep. So they have pretty much a 12-inch charge. Nope. Cool. These gentlemen over here are going to get a 6. Cool. So that means... I'm pretty sure that just means they charge when they're at this distance, but they could have gotten a... Yeah. They could have gotten a rampage. Which is kind of disappointing. So they also have... I tried to set them up so they had a bit shorter of a charge, but I don't... Yeah, so that'll be a 10-inch charge. Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. That's good. Actually, they make a normal move and then they charge. That makes so much more sense. Because I was like, they're never making it. So they're actually going to move... They're actually going to move their inches. And then with that 5, that actually should... Yeah, so that makes it in. Okay. My bad that last fight. I don't know as it would make a whole ton of a difference, but always best to pay attention to and remember the rules. I guess they're not. They're all like that. They'll all be able to pile in. And then these stalkers on a 5, they are also going to charge. So they're going to move their 6-inch move. And then get themselves all set up. And they're all pretty much going to go for the one guy. I'm hoping that that gives them a better chance at damaging him. Hopefully, see if we can make this fight meaningful. And they are going to charge 3. So they're going to fail their charge anyway. So whoop-de-doodle. But we'll go back to these guys because they failed their charge. I'll have to re-roll the charge. But they can go there. They'll go there 6 at least. And then they will roll also a 4. Which is... not quite enough. Almost 5. So
So they will still stay out of combat. So it is just going to be the train left horde, which means they're all going to die. But they will get a pilot. And they will get to attack. So let me... I have like 4 books here. So there is that. I have Ogre Maw Tribes. I have Night Haunts. I have all of the rules, their rules over here. Speaking of which, his Thunder Mason stuff does stuff, but they all died so easily. I'm not super worried about any of the extra stuff, because it usually just ups the damage and stuff, and they all have 1 damage. Which may come in impact later, but for now, we're going to go to Little Chain West board. And they get 2 attacks, 4s and 4s. So it's going to be 8 attacks. Okay. So that is... And do you guys get any... No, because it has to be 10 or more models. It does add 1 to the attacks of a Chain Warden. I assume I would have put 1 in there. So he gets 1 more attack. Nope, okay. Good, that's why you don't forget your stuff, because it never works out once you reroll. Alright, and then next up is wounds on 4s. Alright, 3 wounds. Which, no Ren, so it's going to be a 3-up save. And that is 1 failure. So he's back to 1 wound. The mighty Lord of the Wall has taken 1 damage. And he is just going to, with his 7 attacks now. 6, 7. So he now gets 7 attacks. I'm going to move these because I feel like I keep rolling them, and I'm eventually going to roll them together in a way that I don't know what's going on. So, let's go with... Alright, 3s to hit. Missing twice. And 3s to wound. Missing nuns. Cool. Which is going to be, once again, the Rendless Wonder in this fight. Which is so sad. Like, these two are such fun, powerful heroes. That mean nothing against ghosts. Except for the fact that they just have a ton of attacks. So 5 forward saves. And they're all dead. Because that's... Or actually, I think these guys are 5-ups. No, they're 4-ups. Nope, that's Spirit Hosts. They are 5-ups. So yeah, they definitely die. They fail 4, which is 8 damage. There's 4 of them. Pretty sure that is everybody. Alright, that is going to bring us to turn 1 for these gentlemen. Because this is just not going to go well. So once again, they're going to split. He's just going to saddle over his 4. And he's just going to pop up just outside of 3. I lost the measuring tape again. That is my most prominent feature, is where is this 9 visual measuring tape. Okay. And then he's going to shoot his now 6 pistol shots. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. Cool. Charge time. I need like +1 to hit on those pistols. Otherwise they're going to be useless. Which, again, I don't know if it matters. These guys are just tearing things up. Oh, he actually gets another attack because he did in fact kill things. Because it just says combat phase. It does not say your combat phase. So he's now at 8 attacks. And this just could go bad. Yep, charge. He needs like a 4-inch charge. Yeah. And then once again, he's going to come over to the side because I keep hitting those spears. And then he is also going to charge with an 8. Once again, kind of pop over to the side more for... and then we are going to start this combat first. Yeah, we're going to start this combat first, because these guys, while they do have a rend, he has a 4-up save. And I don't want it to be a 5-up save. I want him to live forever. So he is going to Thunder Mace first. 3s and 3s. Okay. And I think this is... inflicts 1 mortal wound for each 6. So those 2 are just dead because they have no deathless minions. Or I'm pretty sure that's still what it's called, and pretty much all the death stuff is deathless minions. Cool, so that is that. Good old Thunder Mace. And this one over here is going to pile in and then swing at the chopper. Alright, so they're going to go 4 attacks, re-rolling failed hits due to the chopper having made a charge this turn. I'm going to feel real funny if I get to the very end of the video and his name is something completely different. It's like, the Smasher! Totally proud of that name. And then I just immediately forget it and start calling him something else. Alright, so that is 3 hits. And then 3s to wound. Okay, so that is 2 wounds, but it's still no rend, so 3-up save. And I feel both. He might actually get real hurt. So he's going to keep his lovely little 3. And he's actually finally taking some damage. But it does have 7 wounds, so he doesn't have to go very far to get back up to full health. I should probably also be keeping track of how many guys these guys kill. Because he's killed... Shoot. Yep, that was totally the whole point of this, is to see which one of these 2 can kill the most guys, and I've completely forgotten to keep track. Gonna try and see if I can't put a tally up in the corners, but I'm not that good at editing, so we'll see what I can do. Alright, let's see what's happening. I don't know why I paused that. I know exactly what's going to happen. He is going to tear into these 2 little gentlemen with his now 8 attacks. 3s. Wow. My bad rolls are not helping him at all. I feel like I'm always going to miss more than half of the attacks. And 3s. Okay, so that is 4 hits, 4 wounds, 4-up save. And that is 2 dead guys. Alright, so that is another dungeon cleared. So that is, I'm going to count it as 2 cleared rooms. Technically it's 4, because they killed, healed, found a treasure, and then now they've killed again. So that's 4 rooms. And his tally is now, because he killed those 4 guys, 6, and then 2 guys before, so he's at 8. And he is at... I'll double check. Make sure the tally's correct. But he has killed 2 that I can remember, because I haven't paid attention at all. That's how bad this is going to be. Numbers! I will make sure there's an accurate tally at some point. At the end, I will make sure there's an accurate tally if I have to watch this whole video and count it all up. But for now, 8 and I think 4. I'm pretty sure 8 and 4. We'll find out. So we're gonna roll off. And a 5, so they are actually gonna go straight back into combat, so let's get these guys reset, and I will roll up to see where they're going next. Alright, so here's room 5. Dachapa with 3 wounds so far, and Ankle Biter with none. Have 4 chain rasps on the east, 4 chain rasps on the west, Glymmsforge Stalkers and Grimghast Reapers to the north. We're going to roll off. I loaded them far more forward because I want to more guarantee the charges and because they've almost always gone first. So we're going to see if we can't keep this charging. I did roll D6 for the units. And then if this either starts rolling really low numbers or still just keeps getting easy, I'm going to roll 2d3 and see if we can't keep the numbers up and going. So let's see. Oh, of course. The time I set these guys all up, because these two are gone. There's nothing they're going to be able to do to stop these guys. And I think that's supposed... Yep, that should have gone up one more time. Because he used 8 attacks to kill them last time. So he's at 9 attacks. And he is just going to keep chugging along. I feel like eventually, just to finally kill these guys, I'm going to have to dump like full-sized units against these two heroes. Oh yeah, should have rolled on the reward table last time with a 1. I'll be right back and see what that is. So that's the Spectral Lantern. It adds 1 to my dice rolls, which the next time I roll. So it would have been a 5 or 6. Either way, still going to count it as a fight because I want these guys fighting. It's no fun if they just sit there and do nothing. Explore 50 rooms because I keep rolling a 12. By the end of this, there'll be like a solid D&D party with 400 tons of crap that they're never going to use. Which is basically how this model is kitted out anyway. Like, this is all the crap he's found in here, I feel. He just looted everything. And so we are going to go first with the adventuring party. Start of the hero phase. Again, I'm not too worried about any command abilities. I may use, like I said, once I start getting into it, I may use things like rerolling ones. But he gets so many attacks now that I almost feel bad using command abilities to make him better. He's just going to scoot. He is going to far more guarantee that he gets in. He's going to move his whole... Oh, wow, that was bad. All right, so we're going to go down here, and he's going to move his whole 6. That looked way better the first time, but the camera was way off him. All right. Moving into shooting phase, he is just going to go in with his 6 pistols, 4s and 3s, and see if we can get a hit. Oh, hey, we got 3. So 3 hits, and then 3s to wound. All right, 2. He's... I did not declare that. That makes me feel really silly. But he's going to shoot them. If he can... If he's got the 12 on them, he's going to shoot these Glymmsforge Stalkers. Yeah. That's going to be 10 inches. He's got 12-inch pistols. So yeah, he's going to shoot them because they're farther away. And these guys, I'm not wasting shots on them. So 4s. Oh, good. That makes me feel better that I done that. I mean, it's single player, but I feel like I still want to try and keep track of the rules. And so we're going to come over here and do our first charge. Ankle biter, go. And he makes it. And then, I forgot his name again. I feel like he's to Smasha or to Crusha. That's just going to be the canon now. He has no idea what his name is, so he's just like, to Smasha! To Crusha! To Kada! Basha! It might have been to Basha. I really don't know. He's going to make a 12 charge. So he's, being as injured as he is, he's actually going to come all the way around here and hope, because he does not want to get charged. He wants to do the charging. Because I want him to start hitting first, because he's starting to take some damage, and that's problematic. But against these Chain Rasp hordes, he's taking no wounds, so I am going to go with him, because I'm afraid he may actually die if I just let him keep getting smashed. So he's going to take his 9 attacks.
because that's necessary. He should probably also take his wounds and extra attacks with him. Alright, so 9 attacks. 3s. Like I said, half the attack. And 3s. Oh no. Okay, 2. So the nice thing is these are 2 damage each. So if they can fail both of them, they have 5 up saves, unrendable. Okay, yeah, so he kills them anyway. That'd have been so bad if he had to stick around and fight them for an extra turn. So he's now at 10 attacks. And he's just going to chew and chew and chew. I really may have to start... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is cut his extra attacks. Maybe only gain... Well, he's pretty much gaining 1 extra attack per phase anyway. I'll have to see. I may just have to raise the difficulty. Because the whole point of this is they're supposed to go until they die. And the way these guys are fighting, I don't know if they're ever going to die. So we're going to pile in 3 inches, and he's just going to move over here. He's going to move over here. He's going to move right there. And he's going to just come up and scoot right there. And we're going to have them fight with 2 attacks. Yeah, still no 10 models. Like I said, I may just have to just go all out and get all of the models. 2 attacks, 4s and 4s. Oh, we're into 1 damage. So it's going to be 8 attacks. Decided matching die for the week. Sorry about that. My phone just did something weird, and I'm not sure what it was, but it looks like everything is okay. So 8 attacks, 4s. No rerolls because they're not 10 or more. And 4s. Okay. So we're pulling at 2 hits and no run, so 4 up saves. Ow. And Ankle Biter, or just Ankle Biter, has taken his first wound. See, I can remember Kurg Ankle Biter, but I have no idea what his name is. So that's just the canon now. Is he's old and senile and doesn't know what's going on anymore. He's just like, the smasher hit you. Yeah, so he's gonna get his attacks now. We're gonna start with his 3 attacks with his Thunder Mace. Alright, that is 3s and 3s, so that does hit. No mortal wounds. And almost everything said. No Ren, so 5 ups, and that's the unit, because that is 3 damage each. So that is all of them defeated. Oh, how did I drop you? Definitely thought you were in my hand a second ago. Alright, so that leaves them for the first turn 2. So we're going to roll off here. Oh, we go first again. That's not going to go good for you guys. I actually don't think I can make that charge. And they will almost automatically go for me. No. That's not how this works. It's their turn. I don't know why I rolled off. I'll just cut that out. So first, the Grimghast Reapers are going to advance, I believe, because they're outside of... They should be outside of 12 for anyone. Let me check. I started moving, and I forgot. So unfortunately for these guys, they did get an advance, but unlike in a multiplayer game where you can actually have strategy and not move towards the model that's going to tear you into pieces, they just have to move into the closest enemy model. These guys are going to do nothing. They are tormented spirits this turn. Does nothing, and it cannot be picked to fight in the combat phase, which is fine because it's not in combat. But yeah, that is going to be a bad turn too. So now, fresh roll off. Okay, so now it's their turn too. And we're going to start with the Grave Wraith Stalkers. And a 5. So they are going to charge, which means they move, which they're just going to move outside of 3. And then charge with an 8. So they're going straight in there, and they are 100% just going to try and tear that guy apart. And then these guys, a 4. So they're just going to advance. So they have 6-inch move. Where's the measuring tape? Found it. It was under my gut. I'm not skinny. And 6 inches towards the nearest enemy, which is just enough inches to get killed. So these guys are going to strike first. We have 1 slasher scythe, 2 attacks, 4s and 3s. Ooh, 2 hits. Once again, no mortal wounds, but the Extoller of Shayeth gets fun stings. All right. So that's going to be a 4-up because these guys do have Randon and he's fine. And then the Extoller of Shayeth has 1 death now, which hits on a 3, wounds on a 3, and that's -1, 2 damage. 1 second. I gotta read. Okay, so the rest of the ability for the bell doesn't matter if a unit is slayed by the bell. Then I can deal 1 mortal wound to an enemy within 3 inches. But if he's slain, that's it. He's slain. So he is going to roll his 4-up save. Nope. Oh man. He is now at the mighty 5 damage. The guy with the lower save may be the first to fall. So maybe I will. I'll just leave it at D6 for now. Maybe it's just I've been rolling so good that it doesn't matter. But he is going to get his now 10 attacks in retaliation, which is why I sometimes wonder if it's overkill. Also, don't know why I'm doing that. Alright. That was a long time to fetch all of my dice because I slapped one of them and it fell on the floor. Oh, I lost one anyway. There it is. Alright. So, 10 attacks. 3s. Oh, so close to half. So close. And 3s. Alright. Let's see if they can get their 3 4-up saves. They cannot. This feels like Warcry. No one's saving anything. Everyone's just taking the damage. So he is going to get his next extra attack and... Ugh. Yeah. Ooh, do you know what I'm going to do? Every time he takes a rest, if it's a short rest, he'll lose 1 attack, and if it's a long rest, he'll lose half of his attacks. No, if it's a long rest, I'll make him lose all of his attacks. Because he's out of fighting. He's like, yeah, done my fighting. It's all good. The smasha, basha, kata, chapa. Whatever his name is. We're going to roll for spoil... Nope, never mind. I totally forgot they were there. Because it's now the adventurer's turn. I forgot about them. They don't even matter. Alright, he's going to come over here. He's not too worried about it anymore, so he's just going to move his 5 wounds. And he's going to shoot 6 shots with his pistols. 4s and 3s. Okay. 3s. Okay. Then 4 up save. Okay, D3 damage. And they're both dead. So, yeah. Like I said, they didn't matter. Roll rewards. On day 4. This is another Scroll of Translocation, which I also forgot I had. I don't think I would have used... Actually, I might have. I might have used it to have him teleport over here rather than just shuffle up. Like, I feel like he is just going to have all of the scrolls, and he is just going to get to decide where he goes. Especially if it's like a boss fight or something. I think it is... Yeah, it's just in your hero phase. Because it doesn't say it can't move after that. So yeah, he's definitely just going to use that, especially against the boss. He's got 9,000 attacks. So with him and his 5 wounds and him and his 1, we're going to move on to the next chapter, and we're going to roll 2d6 and see 3. We are going back into battle. Perhaps we may have a casualty if they get to go first. That could be bad. So I'm going to roll and set up. So for this one, I did decide to combine units, and I did that before I rolled their location. So this right here is going to be hurtful. If they get to go first, it's going to be really bad. And if I get to go first, it's going to be really good because he's just going to charge in there and make them have a bad day. But I have 2 Glymmsforge Stalkers, 8 Chain Rasp Horde, and 4 Grimghast Reapers. They got an ambush, so we're going to see what this rolls and see who's going to... Oh, good. Good for me, not good for them. And I don't care, because that was going to be a very, very bad day. And then since these are... I thought of adapting the rules, but I don't want to make it so that people who who don't have anything more than this, I don't want to make it seem so. Even though I'm rolling D6 units, I'm still only using the sizes, and so basically, like if I rolled all of these, it will just trickle down. So it'll be 4 of them, and then however many I can't make, however many over 4 of them will turn into them, and however many over 5 of them will turn into them. And I don't think I can ever run out of these guys. Still seen 0 heroes. I may just have to, like, if one of them dies, I may have to just do a hero fight. Maybe I'll just do a hero fight next. We'll roll and see what happens. But yeah, so hero phase turn 1, nothing. Movement phase, he's just gonna move right on over there, and he's gonna... Well, actually, that's silly. He's gonna move out of the way first, to just within 3, and then he's gonna move to just within 3. Everybody keeping their own wounds. Everybody not falling over. Everybody dying over here. Shooting phase, man, I am going to shoot into these guys. Because while there's not a lot of them, or they're not, like, super good, that's a lot of attacks. And I'm going to have him attack first, or he could probably die. So he's going to shoot into him. 4s. Cool, and 3s. Sweet. So that is 3 hits. That is way more than I ever expected. So 3 saves. At 5 ups. I forgot about that. Oh, hey, never mind. They save 2, so D3 wounds. 2. And we're just going to take away these 2 bad guys. Because all the other ghosty boys want to get in and fight. I'm sorry for the camera control today. My brother, who has a far steadier hand, was not able to join me. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this. He should probably be on the board. Okay, so charge phase. He is going to charge first to Smasha. like I said, that's just canon now. He's too old to remember his actual name, so he just whatever comes to mind first. He's like, I'm a smasher because I'm the smasher. And next he is going to charge into the chain rasps, and he makes it because he was outside of 3. So first off, we are going to go with 11 attacks now because he has had 0 rests. And see what horrors he can do to these 4. And I would laugh so hard and be so sad if he just missed everything and died right here. So yeah, 11 attacks. 3s. And 3s. Okay, that is 6 hits. 4 up saves. So he actually saves 2 of them, but that is still 8. That is still enough to delete the unit. Oh. Never mind, he's fine. He gets 1 to his wounds characteristic too. Which I will also reset if he gets hurt. So he's now at 5 of 13 wounds. So cool, yeah, he's... Never mind. I'll just, like, if he dies, he's literally just going to keep tearing through this dungeon. I don't think he's ever going to die. I don't think he can. Because at worst, I should just be able to smash into them at the first start of every phase and get some free wounds. So they are going to pile around. And that is on top of you. Get off. And they're just going to have a heyday. So 6, so that'll be 12 attacks. And that is 4s and 4s. So let's see me some 4s. Oops. No. Okay. And 4s. Wow. Look it up. 5 saves. Minus 9. That was not great. That is 3 wounds. And he does not have his regenerating capabilities, so he could actually die. He is at 4 of 8. He's at half wounds. We're finally getting somewhere. And he is going to try and strike in on the grave. Nope, sorry. Chain Rasp board. All of their names are so similar when I don't remember their names that I can't use their differences to remember names. Like Brutes and Ardboys, those are 2 different. Grimgrass, Chain Rasp, Glaive, Wraith. Yeah, it's all the same. We're going to go with Thunder Mace, 3 attacks. It's 1 mortal wound. We'll just pop him off. And then 3 hits. Failure, 2 saves at 5. And they're all dead because Thunder Mace is 3 damage. I'm intrigued to adapt these rules to a more deadly army. Like, can you imagine going up against Ossiarch Bone Reapers in horde form? That would be bad. Oh. So yeah. Fun times and bad times. But that leaves these guys, and they are going to take their turn. And they're going to get a 4, which should be Advance, and it is. I paused that at a weird time. I should have finished saying advance and then paused it. And so we have these two who are just going to... Actually, you know what? That might be... No, not in any way, shape, or form is that close enough. So yeah, they're just going to move their 6. Because they're controlled by a computer. I really need to remember to... Like I said, normally I have my brother here who's much more cognizant of the camera. Or at least we're filming each other. So this would have been really easy if he just had the camera and was able to move around and I was able to do this. I'm just complaining and sniffling. Anyway, that's their turn. We're going to roll off for 3. So they all actually get their next turn, which is a 4. So they're going to charge. Which means we're just going to move up, and they are going to go against him. No. I think he's the closest enemy model. I'm not 100% sure. Angles and stuff, they were 6 inches back. He is 10.5. And he is 11. Okay, so yeah, they are going to go... They're going to move him. It's kind of hard to remember sometimes the fact that I'm not trying to do what's best for them. I'm just trying to do what the game dictates, or what's best for me. That does not happen as much because I kind of want to see these dudes die. I'm really intrigued to see how long he lasts, though. Like, I was really thinking of adding a 3rd hero and bending the rules so that it could be a Mangler Squig hero. Because it has 12 wounds, but it's a goblin hero. I just wanted to have fun with destruction. And then I was like, you know what, no, I'll just do 2. I don't want to mess with the rules. I don't know how strong it is, and I'm really glad I didn't. Because, yeah, that would have just been bad if I'd had another hero to just smash in. Because, like, 3 heroes, you can easily split your attacks, tear in. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a different Grand Alliance next time and see what happens, but we'll see. Either way, charge attack for 5. Oh, yeah, that makes it. I was kind of worried it wouldn't, but it definitely does. And they're gonna get their 4 attacks, which is 4s and 3s. So 4s. Oh, less dice. Okay. And they're the ones who get to reroll if they charge, right? Yeah. So if this unit or the target unit charged, they get to reroll failed hits. Cool. So that's only 1 miss. And 3s. Hits. 3, 5. 4 ups, no rend. Whew. I was like, uh-oh. Okay. Still takes 2 wounds. He's in bad straits. Like, he's just going to keep getting bigger and nastier and meaner. But this guy could die. He's at 6. And so we'll have him fight back. Thunder Mace. Wow. 3s. And 4 up. Save. Yep. Okay. For the first time on channel and in this fight, he's going to Beast Skewer Glaive. 3s to hit. 3. Whoo. Yeah, 3s to wound. He's going to Gulping Bite and at least try and kill one of them. 3s. And 3s. Yeah. 4 up. Nope. Nope. He's going to eat that one. Not 100% sure how. But, you know what? He's dedicated. Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. His Beast Skewer Glaive is only good against... Well, not only good against monsters, but it's targeted at monsters. So yeah, they'll get their turn. He's going to move over here.
And I'm not even going to pretend. I'm going to start with however many dice this is. And if he somehow survives, I'll roll it again. So that's 7 of 12. Yeah. 4 ups. Yep. Okay. He's all the very dead. Like I said, when he dies, he just may go on forever. He may just turn into the unkillable orc, legendarily told about Glymmsforge. And anytime I fight Nighthaunt with him, we'll have old man, whatever he happens to be at the time. We'll go with Masha right now. I don't think I've used that one yet. So he's Damasha. So that is victory. Once again, we're going to roll on the rewards table. Ooh, a 5. So that is actually the one that lets me bring a guy back to life. Let me check, because I'm sure there's stipulations. Yeah, so this is just the Gravesand Ossuary. There seems to be no stipulations, just if they have been slain in that battle in the hero phase. So I guess there does have to be a hero phase after they're slain. So it looks like Anklebiter may be able to make it back, unless he dies right at the end of the fight. But for now, we will roll again. Yeah. We'll roll again, and then if this is not a boss fight, we'll go ahead and do a boss fight after this one. Ooh, a 3. So close to a boss fight. So I will get this set up once again. So this video is already at an hour. So we're going to take a pause in this game. I did not expect this to take 2 videos, but otherwise this may be a very long video. Just because he has so many attacks and health, there's no way he dies in this next video. He has now gained more life than he has taken damage. And it may come out that he takes more damage than he has life to start with. So for now, we're going to leave it here with Dasmasha and Kurg Anklebiter. Plus I have to do the tally up, because, once again, totally forgot to mark and pay attention as to how this is. So I'll probably do a short little spot video, just saying how things are going, and then we will see you next time for the continuation of the mighty adventures of Kurg and Dabasha. Alright, as a wrap up for this game, we have Dakrusha, Basha, Smasha, Old Man Orc, who doesn't know his name, at 7 extra attacks and 5 damage and 19 kills. And we have Kurg Anklebiter at 21 kills and 6 wounds. So we will start this up in the next fight from that point. Thank you all for watching the video. If you have any suggestions or anything for what could make the fight more interesting, or if you think this is a good format to move forward, I actually have rather enjoyed the single player game, and I have a lot of models and a lot of time on my hands, so doing another single player game shouldn't be too difficult, and I can change up the armies. I have a full I do have a full set of ogres. We could see how long a hero lasts against hordes of ogres. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you all join me again.